Meg might just be the unluckiest member of the Griffin family. Throughout Family Guy's many seasons, she's been bullied, humiliated, and put through some truly awful situations. Today, we're counting down the worst things that have ever happened to Meg Griffin. In the episode Peter's Two Dads, while celebrating her 17th birthday, Meg's family is more focused on their own conversations than acknowledging her. In fact, Peter forgets her birthday altogether, showing just how little they care. It's a classic example of Meg's unfortunate role as the black sheep of the family.
Hey, Aunt Lois, I'm ordering a birthday cake, and a guy wants to know how old Meg is. I didn't know what to tell him.
You're asking me?
Yeah, how old is Meg?
I don't know.
Well, my God, Lois, I thought you were the one keeping track of that.
No, I have no idea. Don't you remember me faking my way through her last birthday? You are going on, fellas will fall in line. Should we just ask her how old she is?
That'd be kind of awkward, huh? Lois, you're not gonna believe this. Meg just said Dada.
Her first words?
Then she stood up all by herself and started walking.
Her first steps?
Yeah. What the hell are you doing in here, anyway? All right, her first drum solo.
Meg's loneliness has led her to some dark places. In the very first season, we see her desperate for friends. So much so that she ends up getting brainwashed by a death cult. This episode, Chitty, Chitty, Death Bang, takes Meg's isolation to a whole new level as she almost gets sacrificed. Her own family doesn't even notice what's happening until the very end.
I'm so glad you could join us, Meg. We're gonna have a great time on our trip.
A trip? Like to the beach? Because I didn't bring my bathing suit.
Oh, you won't need anything for where we're going. Excuse me, I've gotta go mix the punch.
In Dial Meg for Murder, Meg goes to prison and comes back a hardened criminal. But instead of respect, she only gets more mistreatment from her family. This episode highlights how Meg is literally used as a lightning rod for their problems, both figuratively and literally. They continue to treat her as a punching bag, despite her tough exterior.
Meg, you look so different.
How was prison?
First question. Who's the biggest, toughest guy in this house?
Well, I don't like to toot my own horn, but I believe I hold the distinction of...
My house now. Now who's the funniest?
I know my way around a joke.
For God's sake, Dad, have some humility. It'll save your life.
There better be beer in the fridge.
Boy, I liked her better when she was more predictable. Like the stock photos on a corporate website.
I'm a woman in a lab coat wearing goggles staring intently at a beaker that I'm holding near my face.
I'm a Latino in a hard hat, but I'm also wearing a tie so you know I'm a supervisor.
We're college students listening to our professor, but the class is taking place outside?
In Family Guy, the show's dark humor often pushes the envelope. But in the episode Lifeguard Meg, it crosses into truly uncomfortable territory. After Meg becomes a lifeguard, a bizarre moment unfolds where Meg gave Peter CPR. Both of them misinterpret the situation, and the incident became uncomfortable very quickly. It is one of the most cringe-worthy scenes in the series, leaving even Meg and Peter shocked and disturbed, showcasing just how far the show can go to blur the line between humor and discomfort.
Gonna get you, Peter.
Me too! Not because I love you and I don't have the words to say it!
I'm just having normal fun without all that mess.
Okay, guys, out of the pool. I gave you a chance and you blew it. You're kicked out of the park.
What?
Go home. I'm kicking you out.
You gotta catch me first. Just try to get me out of the deep end with these long-legged, short-torso giants.
Dad! Oh my God, he's not breathing!
Okay, guys, come on now.
Please breathe, Dad.
Hey.
Hey.
Your mouth was on my mouth.
I think. Maybe a little. Yeah.
My God, Peter, that's your daughter. Adopted daughter? No, Woody, just regular daughter. Oh, yeah, then ew. That's wrong. Ew.
Okay, so our mouths were totally touching each other.
Yes.
But that's okay. That's okay, because you were saving my life, so it's not weird.
Right. It's not. It's the opposite of weird.
Yeah, the opposite, right? Yeah. And anyway, we could just say this never happened, right? Because nobody even saw us.
Oh, they're all distracted. Other urban kids, this is our chance.
In the episode 8 Simple Rules for Buying My Teenage Daughter, Peter's irresponsibility takes a disturbing turn when he sells Meg to Mort Goldman to pay off a tab. Meg is forced into an arranged relationship with Neil Goldman, and it's a painful reminder of how little value her own family places on her.
Peter, it's the end of the month, and I'm calling your tab. You owe me $34,000.
What? Oh, man, how am I going to come up with that kind of money?
Peter, I'm waiting.
All right, listen, I got another idea. What if I sold you my daughter?
Huh?
You drop the tab, and your son can have Meg.
What?
Yep, all you gotta do is sign this contract.
Are you out of your mind? You can't sell me, you fat son of a bitch.
Whoa, careful getting this fish off the hook, Mort. She's got some fangs.
What do you think of that, Neil? Daddy bought you a girlfriend.
Excuse me, if anybody's interested, I already have a girlfriend.
There's no way. Wait, what?
You ready to go, honey?
You rejected me too many times, Meg. I couldn't wait for you forever. Besides, Cecilia thinks my psoriasis is sexy.
In the episode Seahorse Seashell Party, we can see how the Griffin family takes their treatment of Meg to a harsher level. They exclude her from conversations, mock her feelings, and constantly humiliate her. Everyone is making cruel jokes at her expense and treating her like she's the family's punching bag. It's a harsh reminder of how Meg is always the outcast, no matter how much she tries to stand up for herself.
That was annoying? What about your stupid, obnoxious humming?
Meg, don't talk to your father like that.
Yeah, shut up, Meg.
No, you shut up, Chris. I am sick of all you guys ganging up on me. You guys all think you're so much better than me.
Oh, Meg, that is the least fancy thing I have ever heard.
Look, Meg, I don't know what your problem is. I thought Dad's humming was pretty entertaining.
You know what? This is what I'm talking about. This is a perfect example. You're my brother. You're supposed to be on my side, and you're such a bastard to me.
How am I a bastard?
Oh, you want the full story?
Meg, please.
Not now, Mom.
I think Brian's getting a little water in there.
Chris, you treat me like you hate me, and I don't know why. You say hurtful things to me constantly. Do you have any idea what that feels like? What if I said those things to you? What if I started calling you a fat, zitty loser who has no friends and smells like an old woman who has birds for pets?
Still drinking.
Is it too much to ask to be treated with a little decency from my brother? Maybe show me some kind of kindness by not jumping on the Let's Get Meg family bandwagon?
Aw.
All right, Meg, that's enough. You've had your little dramatic outburst.
Hey, I got an idea, Mom. How about we talk about Chris's mother, huh? Why don't we talk about you?
Oh, for God's sake. Look, let's not turn this into some big thing, okay?
I'm sensing a lot of negativity here. What's going on?
Yes, you're right, Brian, there is. Meg seems to think she's taken some kind of stand here that's gonna make us all feel like we're inadequate.
My God, you're condescending. I'm making a legitimate point about how poorly this family treats me. Brian, you can't say this family doesn't treat me like crap.
Don't answer her, Brian. She's just setting you up.
I think Meg and Lois are right.
Well, it's one or the other, Brian.
Jeez, look at those two. They're going at each other like an Italian guy and a black woman.
Meg has endured more than her fair share of abuse over the years. From neglect to outright cruelty, she's been a punching bag for both her family and the town of Quahog. Will things ever get better for Meg? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, she's one of Family Guy's most tragically comedic characters. If you enjoyed this list, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Family Guy content. Let us know in the comments which moment you think was the worst for Meg. See you next time.